we're gonna play the video.
So this is gonna be a really casual video because I just witnessed a clown today over on Twitter and I just need to talk about it, okay?
Which
I
clown,
don't got no
though?
time to script this, so I'm just gonna go ahead. We're gonna be
That's the
very
thing.
casual today, and we
Which
are just
clown is
gonna
she
yap
talking
about
about?
this one VTuber who most likely has botted their entire follower counts,
Oh,
including
that's
platforms
why.
such as Twitter.
Okay, so real quick, I don't know if I saved it, but I did fucking like it. Hold on. Um, real quick before I do anything, because I know the context to it, sort of, because of some tweets that were flying around. Let me bring up Twitter really quickly, because I saw Basil Wolf or something like that say something about it, and I liked it, because I've been seeing a lot of people do really say, oh, Papa Mutt. Okay, I've been seeing people say really nice things about being a streamer and whatever, and it kind of made me feel really good about myself. So that's why. But here, I pulled it up. This is the context to what I saw, but I don't know the full context. Where's the background again? So this is what I saw. I saw this from Papa Mutt. I liked it because of reasons. Because of this right here, it just says put work into improve your own content stream network, grow naturally, shortcuts in your career are short, that type of thing. It made me feel good about myself. And other things other people say, I'll show you later, because there's one person that I saw that was really nice about how to grow as a streamer. But this is what he said. Reminder that botting and betting your streams won't do any good. Fake engagement is easy to spot, and you'll be obscured for being the cheat that you are. Putting in the work and improve your own content, streaming and network, grow naturally, shortcuts in your career are short. And he's not wrong. When people have botted their streams in the past, people have easily pinpointed it and picked it out, because it's very easy to tell if it's a bot or not. I mean, look at Twitter. People can tell if it's a bot or not. I really can't, but I clear away from links for that reason, because I don't know if I'm gonna get a virus or whatever. But here, I'll show you the one from that VTuber that was really, really nice about streaming or whatever. It doesn't have anything to do with this, but I'll show you, because this is the one that I saw too. That was just really, really nice. So she put out a whole thread. Her name is Fiji, and she put out a whole thread right here. So her name is Fiji. She put out a whole thread, and you can see I bookmarked it so I can know how to grab it, and I can learn and grow as a VTuber myself in the streaming sphere. But this is Fiji, VTuber, and apparently she made a whole VTuber organization herself, which I'll probably talk about another day. I don't know much about it myself. But you can see she made a whole thing about advice for new VTubers. She said, growth takes time, hard work. Growth takes hard work, time, luck. It is normal to compare yourself to others, but try not to make it a habit if you can. Mental health, take mental health breaks, and reminder that as long as you are having fun, the hard work is worth it. There are a lot of people in the VTubing space that will try to take advantage of you, whether they are indie, personal managers, or corpos. There is a heartbreaking amount of evil communities, and a lot of it is deeply intertwined, that is, unless you have a deeply involved in the spaces. It is really hard to see it. Please be careful. of who you are interacting with and prioritize your mental health. You are worth so much more than how others treat you. It is okay to try to find friends to collab with in the community, but focus on your own content before reaching out to others, and be prepared for a lot of rejection. You may find you may be too small, too big, too loud, or too lewd. Whatever the reason is, just know that the more you get rejected, the more time you have to look for people who love you, love your friendship, respect you in the way you deserve. Stream for the love of VTubing and streaming, not for the numbers. Your happiness is number one priority. And if you ever lose sight of where you want to go or be, take a step back, reevaluate what you want to do, change and be terrifying. Change can be terrifying, but try to embrace it. Sorry for the thread, but I am very passionate when it comes to the VTubing community. I have spent thousands of dollars, hundreds of hours, and tons of mental strain to try and give a handful amount of VTubers loving experience. Hold on 1 minute. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to play that on YouTube. I've spent thousands of hundreds of dollars, hours, and lots of mental strain to try and give a handful of VTubers safe and loving experience. I think if you only get into VTubing to get rich and take advantage of others or manipulate people, you are disgusting and you should leave. Say what you like, but I personally think VTubing should be about making friends and having fun and getting to enjoy streaming. And I think she's completely right. I do. So yeah. I've been seeing a lot of people post that on Twitter, and it just made me feel a little bit better about myself. I know growing takes time, and I just have to keep that in the back of my mind. That's all. Let me just close Twitter. But yeah, no, I know exactly what Sapphira is talking about. Sort of. Not everything, but to the best of my ability, I know some of it.
Twitch and YouTube.
But yeah.
For the sake of their anonymity, and also because this literally just happened today, this is gonna be just me like privating all their stuff for the most part. I will be showing their design and things for the sake of everyone. If you do happen to know who it is, please do not name them, and please do not harass or search for this VTuber.
Yeah,
because,
I don't know them, but I probably have followed them. If I find a VTuber I think is cool, I follow them.
So, anyway, hi everyone. Hi, my name is Saphira Denoma, but you can call
Hi,
me
Saphira.
Let's go ahead and start off with the tweet that got them the most traction in recent memory.
Looking for the tweets. Don't mind the non-Pikachu on my head. No, literally, it's not Pikachu.
So
I can't get copyrighted.
Tweet that starts with this: I don't support bigger VTubers, 500 plus average, because they.
Oh my god, I saw the tweet. Never mind, I know exactly what she's talking about. I saw this tweet. I know exactly what she's talking about. I think this tweet's absolutely fucking bullshit.
Won't acknowledge your until you get to that point. But let's be real, 99.99% of streamers, not just VTubers, never see that goal. I know I ain't big by any means, but I mess with everyone regardless of viewership or follower count. But why though? Cause you guys are the ones who gave me the support to get to the level I'm at, and for that I'm forever grateful. I effing love y'all, never forget that. And then hashtag their obnoxious hashtags that.
Okay, hold on, what's the tweet say again? 1 minute. Before I say anything, what does it say? Okay, yeah, he doesn't support bigger VTubers, which is fucking bullshit in my opinion. Support any VTuber that's literally not a criminal or hasn't done heinous acts. That's literally the moral compass right there. Doesn't matter if their audience is over like 1K or whatever the fuck. This doesn't mean fucking bullshit. I mean, I'm not gonna say my audience isn't small because it is, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna say this. One of my favorite streamers is Iron Mouse. I mean, I've made fan art for streamers I currently enjoy. Um, but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna support them, right? That's absolutely fucking bullshit. I don't agree with this. I think the statement is wrong inherently. Morally, like I said, if they haven't committed a criminal act or heinous act, then they're fine. Go support them, right? And before I say this, hold on. Because I think I understand what Kamiyoshi means. But I want to look it up real quick. I'm putting the music back up so I can look it up. But before I say the word, I wanna understand what it means. Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. My Kami Oshi is Iron Mouse. I will support them even after they graduate. Yeah, that's what it means. Yeah, Kamiyoshi. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm using the term correctly, so that way I'm not using it in the wrong way. But yeah, my Kamiyoshi is Iron Mouse. I like Iron Mouse's content. My favorite streams are her playing with her friends, especially Connor. Right now, I really enjoy her Minecraft streams. So yeah, I'm not gonna say I don't support bigger streamers because I fucking love bigger streamers and smaller streamers, corpo, indie, whatever the fuck. Their statement is totally wrong. Okay, where'd my music go? I have too many goddamn tabs open.
But let's be real, 99.99% of streamers, not just VTubers, never see that goal. I know I ain't big
I'm
by
not
any
gonna say
means,
that's
but I
not
res with
right,
everyone
but it
regardless of
depends on the
viewership or
situation,
follower count. But why
right?
though? Cause you guys are
So it depends on the situation, right? 99.9% of streamers may see the goal. It depends on what their content is, how they're executing that content, if they're making more content on YouTube or whatever. Oh, I think I changed the thing. It just depends on how they're executing that content. Like for me, I started making videos even after I stopped streaming, so that way people knew I was still doing like content, ignore the Iron Mouse plush. You know? So that way people still knew I was doing content itself and not gone, even though this still is a hobby for me and will always be a hobby. You still have to put out content for people to watch, or they're just not going to watch you anymore. That's how YouTube works. That's how streaming works, right? And it just depends on how you're making content, what your content is. Like, that type of thing. I don't know how to explain it any better, but it just depends, you know? I guess that's a good way of explaining it. I'm not really sure.
the ones who gave me the support to get to the level I'm at, and for that I'm forever grateful. I effing love y'all, never forget that. And then hashtag their obnoxious hashtags that happen in pretty much
Yeah, I
every
always
one of their
forget there's
tweets. And
hashtags on
I'ma be
Twitter.
real, I really do not like how this guy signs off his tweets. It just comes off as like engagement baiting of sorts. This tweet
It
has
does,
made some
yes.
controversies because there are some people who agreed, especially the smaller VTubers who felt wronged somehow. But then there's a lot more discussion from other VTubers saying similar lines of like, well, either
I
they're
don't agree with
antisocial
it,
and they
and
only
I'm a
want to focus
smaller
on the ones
VTuber
closest to
myself.
them. There were some good comments about people being like, well, streamers are simply just too busy. When they get that big, they're always constantly working. They didn't get there magically overnight. Everyone who's a big
Hold on.
content creator or streamer has worked hard for where they got, but it's also true.
So, yeah, you're not going to get there magically overnight. Something may blow up, but even after it blows up, what are you going to do? What's your content going to be like after it blows up? That's how it works, right? Like one of your videos may blow up, but even after your video blows up, people may leave. People might not like the content you throw out there. It just depends on people's preferences, if they like it, what content you throw out there. And of course, you're not going to blow up instantly with one video. Some people do blow up with one video. Some people don't. Of course, the bigger VTubers like Shy Lily, Cinder, Iron Mouse, like all of those bigger streamers have a big audience because they've worked hard for it. I mean, they've been streaming, from what I understand, since COVID or longer. So, of course, they have that audience because they've been streaming for years and they've been making content for years. So, if, like, say me, I've only been doing YouTube for like not even half a year, I'm not gonna have a big viewership because I haven't been making content like them for years and years and years. So, of course, I'm not gonna have a big audience right then and there if I post one or two videos. But if I go away, the viewers won't come back to my streams because they won't know where I've been. That type of thing.
True, because like VTubers are just people, behind the scenes, like even content creators, they're literally just people. So this tweet just kind of just made the rounds, and then a lot of people just talked about it, being like, yeah, no, I don't necessarily agree, because like a lot of people just aren't thinking
Yeah, I saw a
about like
bunch of
your
people
intentions
talking
behind
about
it.
it.
And if you want to be supportive, you should just be supportive regardless of number. Numbers don't matter. Numbers
I didn't say anything because I didn't physically want to, even though I really don't agree with it. I saw it pop up once or twice and I really didn't say anything. I'll probably pull up a couple of tweets that I saw, but I really didn't say anything because I didn't want to.
shouldn't matter per se. And honestly, most people just aren't thinking as much about you as you think that they're gonna think about you. It's just how it is.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot about numbers shouldn't matter, and it really shouldn't. But in the grand scheme of things, and personally for me, in the back of my mind, I do have, oh, I have this or oh, I have that. And I'll always compare myself because that's what I do, not on a daily basis, but it's always by accident because that's what I used to do growing up in school or whatever. So it's become a habit. And you really shouldn't. And you should try to get out of that habit, which I am currently trying to do. But it's that sort of thing where, of course, numbers shouldn't matter. But you sort of, kind of, I guess, sometimes get into that state where maybe you do look at the numbers, maybe you peek at it, and maybe you compare yourself. That type of thing.
Even like for me, like I'm not thinking constantly about my friends 24/7. Like I might think about them on occasion, or if like something reminds me of them. And also, you have to keep in mind this person here, this person in particular, has over 41,000
Looks like
followers
they
over on Twitter,
privated
and
their
they said
account
that
too.
somehow they ain't big by any means. What the hell does that mean, man? You have 41K Twitter followers. That, to me, in the VTuber scene, means you're kind of big. But
So, okay, personally for me, followers. Hold on, okay. Yes, followers on Twitter are big numbers and whatever, also on YouTube and Twitch. But currently, if they don't show up to your streams, then that shows how do I put this? I guess that shows what the consistent streaming schedules. I'm not really sure how to put this. I said this the other day in private, but I guess I just don't remember what the fuck I said. But I guess it depends on like how do I say this? Hold on. Hi, Prophet. How are you? We were just watching a video. How are you, Prophet? How you doing? I'm really not sure how to put it. If I think about it again, I'll probably talk about it a little later.
You know what? We'll get more into that in just a little bit because let's just say those numbers do be kind of sus.
Same as
I decided to look
always.
more into this guy because this guy decides to be a bit of a clown again, where they went ahead
Pain
and
and
then they
suffering
said
in my
something
games.
like, some of
Oh
y'all actually think this
no.
community is a high school or something. So let me be direct as F
I
when
hope
saying
you're
this.
doing
If
good
you
in the
try to log
game
in
and
in
not
any of that
suffering
drama BS,
again.
blocked. If you can't respect that, you should
I hope
unfriend
you're
me
okay,
immediately.
Prophet.
Unfriend me? What is this, Facebook? All right, but anyway, so this is what that guy said a little bit after the whole not supporting the
Also, I want to say I'm not mad, even though my face looks like I'm mad. I'm just drinking water. I did some figuring out why my spaceship didn't take off yesterday. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you figured it out. What was wrong with it?
bigger VTubers thing, but interestingly enough, he himself is being a hypocrite here because he decides to go ahead and get himself into drama. Whoa, who would have
Whoa,
known that talking
shocking.
about something potentially controversial will lead someone
Oh.
into hot waters?
Why
Wow.
am I
Anyway,
not
he
shocked?
decides to tweet this that says, I rated one of those bigger cats with 160 people and gifted them 10 subs. And after I said, I love you, your content is amazing. And shortly after, I was banned from their channel. That was a wake up call for me to only mess with folks who deserve it. Keep that chin up, my baby. You're amazing.
I rated one of the big people 160 and gifted them 10 subs, and I said, I love you and I love your content. It's amazing, and I was shortly banned from their channel. So, rating someone and then gifting them subs and then saying this just screams, hey, look at me, I'm here. I need some like attention, you know, that type of thing. I don't know what to call it, but it just irks me in the wrong way. Because I get it, you gifted subs to a person that you genuinely like, but like saying that out loud and like, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way for some reason. I can't really pinpoint it. Pretty much used the wrong stussers, and the ones I used were primary focused for space, though you could use them on a plant. They won't be nearly as useful, so yeah, they would have needed. I the speaking. So yeah, would have needed even more of those stussers to make it work. Oh, yeah, that sounds about right. That's a little bit funny though.
I said, I
Yeah, I
love you.
don't know why, but this kind of rubs me the wrong way. How do I say it? It's not rage baiting, it's drama bait maybe? So I forced my ship would have been 90% thrusters and 100% ship. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. That's really not good. I'm glad you figured it out.
Content is amazing. And shortly after, I was banned from their channel. That was a wake up.
I was banned from their channel. The only way you can get banned from someone's channel is if you go against their rules that they have set. Like, genuinely. That was a wake-up call for me to only mess with folks who deserve it. Okay, yeah, no, he's drama farming. Okay, he's drama farming. Okay, he's drama farming.
Call for me to only mess with folks who deserve it. Keep that chin up, my baby. You're amazing. Never let anyone push you to think otherwise. And then the person who this was vaguing
I
at
don't know
saw it
what's wrong
and
with that,
decided
but
to quote retweet
I know
it
what's
and
wrong with
give
it. I
more
just
further
can't
context.
pinpoint the words I'm trying
one
to
of the banner
say.
casts that have banned this person from my stream. If I may speak from experience, I banned them for a good reason. I've said it before,
That's
and I'll
what
say
I
it again. I
thought.
support who I want to support, big and small. Most of all, I support who I choose, and I love it that way. There are many people from within my community that can attest to that, some being regular recipients of my direct support. With that said, I don't care who you are. This goes for anybody. I don't care if you've rated me. I don't care if you supported me. If you break my rules I have set for my streams, you don't respect my...
That's what I thought. He broke some of that person's rules and he was banned. If you raid someone, you have to physically abide by that person's rules. It's no longer your rules you set for your stream. It's their rules. It's their stream. Be nice. I'm doing good, Prophet. Thank you for asking. Oh no, this rubs me
You are
the
above
wrong
nobody
way.
else in my stream, and you most certainly don't deserve my support. And that's my opinion. This is generally pretty vague, you know, it doesn't really give any reasons as to why they
Yeah, I want to
specifically
know
banned
what
this
rules he
person,
broke.
just that,
Or they broke.
apparently they somehow broke their rules and did it anyway. Some people asked in the replies like, hey, what happened here? I don't know what's going on, like why were they banned? And they're like, well, I'm not the one discussing it, this guy is. So I go over, look at this guy's page, and then he
Yeah.
decides to say this really funny post, which is, I'm more than willing to discuss this privately as adults. LMFAO, you message requesting me acting
What
like you
the
want to be civil
fuck?
and then pull this looking for me to give some sort of
Ugh,
admission of guilt, then proceed a full the doxing post. Go ahead and leak the inbox. And like, doxing? Where the heck did you see doxing? Literally, I read this whole entire quote
that's
retweet
not a
post from the
doxing
person who
post.
supposedly doxed them. Where the hell is the doxing, you guys? I literally don't see
Oh, I'll increase the volume, sorry. Here.
no personal
Oh shit, that is odd. Hold on.
information. Everything was
Is
pretty
this a bit
vague.
better? Or is
And
that
like literally
really
all they
loud?
said
I
was I
feel like
banned
that's
this
a little
guy.
bit
Like
loud.
I'm sorry. Is your VTuber identity your docs identity now? That's crazy, man.
Is
Like,
this
I
louder or
literally
is
don't
it
understand what this
better?
guy is on about. And like, didn't this
Okay.
guy say I don't want to be in
Thank you.
drama? But then they
Thank you
decided to
for
leak
letting me
their
know,
DMs
Prophet.
from this person who quote retweeted them. That person reached out to them, by the way. They
It's a
said, I
very
hope you're
quiet
doing
stream.
well. I
Oh
noticed your recent
no.
tweet and wanted to reach out
I
directly.
really
I
gotta
understand
get
that there may
better with
be
the
feelings of
volumes.
frustration or misunderstanding about the ban from my stream, and I wanted to let you know that if you have any concerns or questions about it, I'm more than willing to discuss them with you privately as adults. The decision to ban was not made lightly and was based on certain observation that I felt needed addressing. I value the community and believe in open communication, so please feel free to reach out if you'd like to talk more about this. Best regards. And how they decided to
What?
respond is to simply like screenshot this and then proceed to call them a doxer. Okay.
That's not doxing though. Doxing would be leaking all of your information. As far as I know, that's not doxing. Does that person know what doxing is? Is that person just throwing around terms? Just to throw around terms?
Listen,
What?
if you said you didn't want to be involved in drama, don't be dramatic. It's not that hard. And then you know what's interesting? What's really interesting is that this person had, made that post, and then they had a hidden reply in there. And the things with hidden replies
Example
on Twitter
tweet.
is that a little icon shows up, and it's just like, you can click here to...
Hold on. I'll move so you can see it. Oh. Oh no. Item locked. I'll move so you can see the hidden reply. Ah yes, doing stuff for the sake of doing stuff. Alright.
Person had, you know, made
Here.
that post.
That way
And
you
then
can
they
see
had
it
a
in the
hidden
corner.
reply in there. And you know
This
the
little
things with hidden
thingy.
replies on Twitter is that a little icon shows up and it's just like, you know, you can click here to see the hidden replies. And usually for those hidden replies, most of them are like, you know, porn bots or something. Like that's totally normal. But for
Yeah, I've
this
blocked a
one,
lot
when
of people
you
that are
hide
doing porn.
something
I
that
don't like
seems to give
seeing that.
evidence towards
It grosses me out.
potential guilt, then let's just say you're
I
just
stay
kind of
off Twitter
admitting
mostly.
it.
Yeah, my Twitter feed is
Not
mostly
gonna lie, like
VTubers, but when
you're
I
literally
scroll
just
down some
showcasing
tweets,
it.
it's
That's
just
how hidden
porn.
replies work. Even if this person left it there,
Cause
people would
my
have
god,
noticed
Twitter
anyway.
is
But
something
it's just like when you
else.
hide it, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Twitter is like a
It gives a different
cesspool.
vibe, if you know what I mean. You know. And this person decided to say, I mean, there were anomalies because you are literally botting. You hardly streamed from February to May and you gained about 8K followers. You didn't stream for like 2
Oh
weeks and gained
wow.
like 4K offline at one point. And you
Okay, that makes no sense. What the fuck? They didn't stream for a good while. You hardly streamed from February to May and you gained 8K. That would never fucking happen. Like, never. You kidding me?
can see from this graph, yeah, that's really true. What's
Yeah.
that insane spike in the graph? I decided to compare my graph
Of
with
course
this
that's
guy's graph
botted.
because, like, let's be real. I've also had a significant growth recently in another platform, and I just wanted to see how
Yeah,
it
I have
compared. You know,
too.
like, can this be considered something natural? Like natural growth if you like popped off over on YouTube, and then like how does that translate over to Twitch? And like here's the thing when it comes to me and my content here on YouTube compared to what I do on stream. So like here my content is basically the tea, the
Yeah.
controversies, potential just petty drama like this case right now. And like that doesn't exactly translate well over to my Twitch streams, which are literally just
Yeah.
me gaming and vibing and like literally no
That's
drama to speak
literally
of
my
over there.
streams
We're
too.
really chill over there.
I'm not gonna lie. If you take a look at like my channel too, hold on. Because I've also done the same shit she's done. Not like to the full extent. I'm not gonna say it's to the full extent. But like some of the stuff that I've covered as drama as well. Work for me. Oh well, I'm closing it after anyways. I'm closing it anyways, so it don't matter. Hold on. Right here. I forgot I have to change it. Right here. But now if you take a look, I've done like some like drama stuff as well. Not all of it, but some. And different videos are measured differently than others. And you can tell what people like, right? And that also doesn't translate well to streams. Like, drama content from videos, I've noticed, since I've started making videos, doesn't really translate well to streams because I'm also just chilling and vibing on streams. I just like hanging out on stream and vibing. Also, hold on, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Oh, right here. Have a nice night, Prophet. Get some sleep, Prophet. It's 3 a.m. Go to sleep, Prophet. Get some sleep, man. But yeah, as you can tell that summer vacation. Alright, dude. Me can do what I want. You need sleep too. I'm not your mother, but still. Sleep schedule doesn't exist. I don't have one either. Hope you get some sleep, Prophet. Hope you get some sleep. But no, as you can tell, I've done some drama stuff. Have a good one, Prophet. Get some sleep. But no, as you can tell, I've done some drama stuff too, as I've started like learning how to edit YouTube videos, and it's done me some good, because when I stopped streaming for like a month to focus on some IRL stuff, I learned how to edit videos a little bit more, and it's done me a little bit of good just to learn what like editing entails and stuff like that. That type of stuff. Also, if I don't stream and you want to watch some more content on that side, I have a YouTube, like I just pulled up. It's there. I'll pin it if I can figure out how to pin it. This. So yeah, I have a YouTube. If you want to watch it, go right ahead. I cover a variety of stuff. But yeah. We'll get back to the video though. I think that's interesting. What she said is absolutely true. It just depends. Like, drama stuff doesn't go very well on streams. It doesn't. And like, I cover some drama stuff and videos, some of it on streams depending on which videos I watch. But it also doesn't equate well to streams, because I like vibing and chilling because I stream at night.
I mean, in general, everyone who usually watches me is hella chill for the most part. Unless you're a hater, in which case, well, you can go
I'm
screw
chill.
yourself. So I decided to go ahead and just check. I look at my
We're
graph.
all chill.
There is a sharp
My chat's
incline
pretty
at one
chill.
point, you know, between like beginning of April to about May, which is around the
Avery,
time that my
thank you for the
YouTube channel
follow. I
also
hope you
got like
enjoy
the
your
most significant
stream. The
amount of
time
growth. But then for the most part,
your
it's
time
stable.
here.
It's relatively back to normal. But this guy straight up went to like a crazy amount of followers. There's
That's not normal. Yeah, you can see his spike is pretty low. It's a short spike in between May, and it goes down, up, and way up. So that's really not normal, because you can see when he stopped streaming and then started back up again. It's really not a normal influx of viewers to a stream.
From about 2,212 followers to literally 7,335 followers in the span of like from what 29th of March 2024 to literally 21st of April 2024. And like during that time, bro, what 2 whole weeks of not streaming and he somehow gained basically 3,000 followers.
The only way I could see that working is if he did like YouTube or TikTok content or something like that, and a video popped off and he kept doing something along those lines, and then he started streaming. But the number of followers doesn't really equate to the number of people that show up to your streams. That's what I was trying to say earlier. It is a good number of growth, but you also have to stream alongside posting videos, because streamer growth doesn't equate to video growth if you post videos. That's what I was trying to say earlier. It's a different number of growth. Like for me, I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube, and that growth on Twitch is different than my growth on YouTube, because on YouTube I post videos and I stream, and on Twitch it's just a streaming platform.
Checked his other platforms, right? I checked, you know, his YouTube channel. Apparently he has 10,000 subs over there. But then all his videos, the most viewed video is 18,000 views. And by the way, we'll get into his YouTube channel in just a little bit. None of his channel seems to suggest that he should have 10,000 subscribers unless he potentially just botted them, because like, let's just
that
say,
could be possible,
even with
actually.
one of my videos getting over 600,000 views, I still only have about 20K. And this guy has like significantly less, but then somehow has half my follower count. Like that's weird.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real. Based on how YouTube growth is, that's weird. That's
Yeah,
really
YouTube
weird.
growth,
Also,
it
another thing that
takes a
was interesting that
while.
I thought was
And Twitch growth
fascinating
too.
was the hours watched, because this guy is supposedly a Twitch partner. His average viewership in the past 3 months
Oh.
is apparently 190 viewers. And in comparison to me, I have only about 31-ish average viewers, which, to me, that's good, because I remember when I first started out VTubing, I only had I was lucky if I got 5 viewers.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Yeah.
me averaging 30
No, that's
viewers,
actually
considering I only
normal.
play like basically indie games, I don't really play any AAA games like whatsoever. I'm
Mm.
totally fine with this. But then this guy has 190 average viewers. He doesn't stream as
No,
long
that's
as I
not
do, which
normal.
is totally understandable. I usually stream for 6+ hours every stream because I'm crazy. But you know what's interesting? He has way more viewers than I do, and yet the hours watched is significantly less than me. I have like a sixth of his average viewers, and then somehow he has he streams for a sixth of what I stream. In theory, the watch hours should be kind of matching up, and they kind of
It
are
should,
for
yeah.
this, but for some reason, he has less than me. Like, I have a
That doesn't match up. If it's less than her and she streams for 6+ hours, there is something wrong. Can you bot your hours? Can you pay for more hours like you do with botting?
about 6,069. He has 5,933, and so it can be like, yeah, but Saf, that's relatively within normal reason. That's not statistically different. And like, okay, that's not statistically different, but also let's just go ahead and take a look at his other hours watched graph. And like,
Please.
yeah, he hasn't been streaming since April of 2023, but his total hours watched is 27,458. For me, 39,475 hours watched, and I have significantly way less viewership on a consistent basis. And this guy
Yeah.
somehow popped off starting like April essentially of this year. And like, for
There's
me
no
starting
way he
April of
could
this
pop
year,
off
I have
unless
gained
something
about
happened.
7,000, and then from his it gone about 6,000. So like the numbers ain't mathing here. the numbers ain't mathing. Mine's relatively a straight curve, the more that
Yeah.
I stream, the more, people are just lurking, hanging out, just vibing. That's normal. But then for him, it's like he has way more people, but not many people are like actually sitting and watching. But somehow he has
Yeah.
the viewership. Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
It
that
doesn't
doesn't
make
make
sense at all to
sense.
me.
It
And
really
like,
doesn't.
and also if you just look at his follower count, his beginning, like his literally like before he even like streamed starting in April 23rd of 2023, he already had 4,402 followers. And then there's a sharp decline. And like the lowest it ever got was 450 on May 28th, 2023. Like what happened?
So unless he's a big ass YouTuber, no fucking way. No fucking way. He definitely botted it.
Lowest it ever got was 450 on May 28th, 2023. Like what happened to all those followers? Like did you buy this account and then just purged everybody? Like why would you do that? Just start from zero. It literally doesn't matter what you started with. No one cares. To clarify, the person who quote retweeted him before decided to go ahead and continue that says, if you're gonna show DMs, at least show it all, dear. And yes, it was private until you
Hold
decided
on.
to air out dirty.
Sorry, I
Or
think I
decided
know
to go
who it
ahead and
is.
continue that says, if you're gonna show DMs,
I
at
think I
least show
know
it
who
all,
that is,
dear.
but I
And yes,
won't
it
say the
was private
name.
until you decided to air out dirty laundry in public. Read the messages for yourself. I have nothing to hide. I even made it crystal clear that you're perfectly pleasant in my stream while you were there, so there were no misinterpretations of why you were banned. But you want to say I doxed you? I gave you a chance. I let things go for months to give you the opportunity to save face, but not anymore. You are mistaken. You are the pathetic one. You are the one that subtweeted me. You are the one that bot rated me. You are the reason I still deal with them to this day. And you can see in these DMs here that basically the guy's trying to be kind of low key respectful and stuff and say that they truly enjoy this person's content. They never had any intentions to get clouds or in a romantic way or trying to collaborate. And then, like, the person responded, as per Twitch's own guidelines given to myself and my team, I was directed to remove you from my own community. I'd like to leave it at that, as I'm sure it's something you're well aware of is going on, but I cannot allow that from my community. They're being kind of vague with this, and they say, not sure what you're hinting at, but again, best of luck to you. And basically, all they're insinuating is that there are suspicions that this guy decided to, like, view botting and stuff, and that stuff is kind of cringe, not gonna lie. Even
What's the point of view botting and botting your channel if the bots aren't like physical people you can talk to, right? So like how do I say this? So for example, right? You stream to talk to people or whatever the motivation is. My motivation for streaming is to physically talk to people, to get out of my comfort zone, to make content I want to make, and that just seems to me like what the fuck would you do that for type of thing. I don't understand view botting because those are actual people, you know? I can't physically tell what a bot is in my chat, but at least I still know that people are chatting, if that makes a little bit of sense, you know?
speaking of, since their Twitter has 41K views, but currently their Twitter is currently on private, so I cannot confirm whether these are botted people or not, but apparently other people on Twitter have already gone ahead and just looked for themselves and basically were like, yeah, this is pretty botted over here. I decided to go check their YouTube channel because I was like, okay, 10,000
Their
subs,
YouTube
let's
channel is
see.
in
So I
private,
decided to
so
check
go
their
ahead.
social blade stats, and I got something that I have never seen before, which is simply a blank page for a channel. Apparently, according to Social Blade, they say that a profile is first tracked when it's searched on Social Blade. As we only use public data, no historical data is available before this point. This profile was added recently, so our graphs are currently not available yet. Please check again in the near future once we have more data. You cannot be telling me that this person has 10,000 views, and apparently this is the first time that anyone has bothered to search
Wow.
this person up on Social Blade. You cannot tell me I'm literally the first person, or maybe even just other people today decided to search him, and there's no historical data for someone that has 10,000 subs on YouTube. There is no way that's legit. I have friends that have literally have never posted many, if any, videos over on YouTube, and they still show up. This guy literally just spawned out of nowhere with 10,000 subscribers, and it just expects people to just believe it. It's interesting
That's
too because
suspicious
one of
as
his
hell.
videos, this guy only liked people who supposedly real people, and then he ignores all the people who are bots. I'm pretty sure you can tell these are bots because all these people literally look like the same porn bots that you see over on Twitter. And there's like one person here who literally has commented twice with the same account in like different days. So like this one was 2 weeks ago, this one was 12 days ago. So like 2 days apart, and they
Oh
comment different
wow.
comment, but like same style. These look like just literally bot accounts. And this is on like one of his music videos. By the way, this guy is a content creator. Dude seems totally chill, totally whatever. Low key kind of cringe, not gonna lie. His whole branding is apparently being a harem master or whatever.
Vtuber, baby, you motherfuckers ain't shit. If you're hating on the homie, you steady stay on my dick. Got a harem full of cycles, you steady pushing my product, and the masses always talking like Louis, making me sick.
Literally all his streams have the thing
Okay.
left with my harem of psychos and 10,000 lurkers, and then he literally has a model that has him being like edgy AF, and then has
This makes me uncomfortable as fuck. This makes me very uncomfortable.
like a anime waifu, hands on his shoulders and like leaning into his neck and just like blushing and like kissing his neck or whatever. That's literally his like default model, and I think that's hella cringe.
Does this guy just want to get laid? Is this why his VTuber model's like this? Because normally a VTuber model is like your persona or your OC, right? And you make a model for yourself or what you want to look like or perceive yourself as. And I don't know if this is her persona or whatever. I've never seen this VTuber before. But seeing this as his default fucking model just makes me think this guy just really wants someone to get him laid. Like, he wants to get laid really bad, type of thing. I am very uncomfortable with this.
Why do you want your branding to literally be a harem? Like, why do you want to call your community your harem? That's literally parasocial and cringe
No, it
as
is.
F, dude. Like, man. But then there's other things too. He has like highlight clip of whatever, and then like, let me tell you, this ain't good.
Oh, that makes me fucking uncomfortable.
Said I've been on my grind since I was 17 and cooking up. They been on my dick and hating hard, but I don't give up. Blessing beats like
And I don't want to sound elitist or
Whatever.
anything because like this is technically not in my field of expertise. You know, I don't really do highlight videos. You know, some people might
Oh
look
my
at
god,
my
I'm
highlight
still in
videos and
the...
think I'm cringe as fuck. But like, I don't know. There's no thumbnails on these. The title is not like a hook. There's no hook in the video to actually draw my attention. There's like music and like stuff going on, but like this guy doesn't seem like a pro when he plays. Like, I don't know. This doesn't
I
seem
forgot
good
to change
to
the
me,
category.
TBH. And then it cuts in with like a fairly long segment of his like stinger or something that has his music or rap. I mean, it does look cool, but like, I don't know, it's a little long. I would say overall, this is not something that is 2.8 thousand views worthy or 151
No,
likes. And it
his
only has
content
2
doesn't seem
comments.
like it would have
Simply
that.
just 2 comments out of a video that has 151 likes, which I don't know. Is that normal? I don't think it's normal. Overall, there's a lot of things about this guy that I think is very suspicious. And considering he decided to immediately protect his account and go on private after someone had like basically said that he view botted, kind of says a lot. In my
Yeah,
opinion,
it means he did
like,
view
he has
about it.
potential to be a decent content creator if he just like puts in the work. But then
Yeah.
if you actually like literally view bot and use bots to inflate your follower count, your sub count for whatever reason, that's just really freaking cringe. Okay, like, I'm gonna be so real with you guys. All I can say is that's extremely sad. You know, if you view bots, that
It's
literally
very
just means
sad.
you're lame and insecure about your numbers. And as someone who consistently averages on the lower end when it comes to my streams, numbers should not be your focus anyway, to the extent that you will think that view botting is significantly better. Like, yeah, you should care about numbers just a little bit, because if you do genuinely care about growth, you want to have a steady increase over time. But in my opinion, organic growth is always better. For me personally, I've always had a very awesome community that I really am proud of, and I hope they're proud of me too. Because, like, you know, even though I don't stream every day, even though I don't stream like as often as other people, I'm extremely grateful for everyone who drops by, for everyone who decides to watch any of my content, even you guys here on YouTube. Like, it just means a lot to me, because it's just like, you guys took the time out of your day to hang out with me, and like, you know, we just chill and vibe over on, at least on Twitch. And then here, hopefully you're vibing a little bit, except for the people who hate watch for whatever reason. Okay.
No, and that's why, like, I feel the same way with what she said. I always say, like, even when I used to consistently stream, I would always say I'm grateful for people coming by my stream, because I really am. Like she said, you took the time out of your day to come in, lurk, chat, watch my content. Even on YouTube, you took the time to come in, watch my content, write comments, like the video, whatever you did, and it means a lot. Even for me, who is very insecure about a lot of things in my life, I love the content I'm making. At least right now, I feel like even videos, I enjoy it a lot, and I want to focus a lot on videos and streaming. Um, but I'm very, how do I put it? I'm very unsure because of what I know about content creation. My mind always goes to numbers and whatever the fuck. And I always tend to compare myself, and I'm always unsure how people will like it. And that's not the greatest approach I should have. But again, that's why I'm always consistently saying thank you, because I am very grateful. When I stream, I want to have a really nice community, and I think I've achieved at least that much. And I want to, have like content I won't regret making in the future, and I want to do all these things that I've set goals for myself, and I think I'm on the right path to do so. So that's the reason why I say it a lot, because I do really mean it. But I do agree with what she's saying. Right now, I'm also really proud of the content I'm creating, even though, like, I might cringe at some of the shit I say, because I always do that, but it's just the way I am, right? We cringe at ourselves, it's fine. Get over it. It is what it is, right? Everybody says stuff that they get embarrassed about, things they get embarrassed about. It's life. But no, that's why I say thank you all the time, because I absolutely do mean it.
And I think watching the organic growth, seeing my Discord server is pretty active, it just makes me happy to see, Because, like, this is something I never would have imagined starting out 2 years ago. In my opinion, there's something beautiful about seeing slow and steady growth rather than fake views, because, let's be real, it doesn't feel good to know that, like, you're getting comments from basically bots who literally probably did not watch or genuinely care about your video, because it's just hollow. So, in my opinion, don't be cringe. And also, don't make your whole branding based on being a harem person, because that's literally super duper cringe. But as one person in my community has stated, they're probably the one person who really likes
Hello,
those harem
Onion.
anime
How are
without
you
any
today?
plot. So, you know what? You do you, bro. Anyway, that's it for this video. I just ranted for a little bit. Sorry that I'm not as silly as the people I look up to. But I'm trying my best. I want to kind of like basically make more content for you guys, and don't worry, I'm still gonna do the regular video essays as well. It's just that there are certain cases that I just feel like I just gotta be sillier, because like being serious all the time
I
on
love
script is
her
one
videos
thing.
so
Feel like how I
much.
am on script is not exactly who I am elsewhere. But anyway, that's all. Thank you again.
I completely agree with what she said. Like, I feel like if I would have view-botted, like, all of my channels that I have, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, I think because it would be so hollow and it wouldn't be a natural growth, I think I would have hated it, right? And because it is such a natural growth, like, I feel better about myself and where I'm going as a content creator. If that makes any sense. Oh no, Iron Mouse is getting bigger. Oh no. All items are being locked. Hello?